What's up YouTube, D back here, and today I'm really excited to say that we finally have some more concrete info about the DLC coming up. Today we're going to be talking about a couple more of the exotic changes that they've mentioned. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the Graviton Lance, just because I finally have a couple screenshots and a little more solid info that I can actually talk about because I have it right in front of me. We're also going to talk about something that I'm really excited for in the power increase, which I thought it was going to be a lot lower than it actually is. We're getting like 50-ish more. I think it's like 45 more, but that's a pretty big jump. A couple YouTubers, they were talking about how, and actually a lot of people that I play with, like, we all thought that it was just going to be, 30 light per DLC. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And since we're on the topic of the power level, I'm gonna include screenshots that I took them on the computer. It's on Bungie's site. This is from their This Week at Bungie, directly from it. This is what they said. They said, "We've received a lot of feedback on rewards, power, and how you want your actions to be more meaningful in determining how your character performs in the world of Destiny 2. We're planning on some adjustments based on this feedback, and senior designer Daniel, I'm not gonna butcher that, is here to give you the details." He goes on to say, "Last time I was here, I talked about our adjustments to the raid rewards. This time, I want to talk about some more broad changes we're making to the reward structure of Destiny 2. One of the things we did when Destiny 2 launched was make the climb to the power cap fast and easy for everyone. It didn't matter who you were or what your playstyle was. The road to the cap was quick and accessible for everyone. The result... Oh, what? Bob? Hello? Anyways, the result was that achieving the cap felt less satisfying. It was easy, and there weren't any activities that dared to require it. So, with the release of Destiny 2 Expansion 2, Warmind, we're making some changes to the size and frequency of upgrades. These changes will apply to all of Destiny 2, not just the Warmind endgame content. I'm super hyped about that. Our goals with this change are to bring back meaning and accomplishment to achieving the power cap, to give players a sense of progression when they come back to play each week, and to reward players who engage in a broader scope of the Destiny 2 endgame content. We've made an effort to de-emphasize grinding public events for exotics and to reduce the impact of clan engrams on endgame progression. Before we get into specifics, I want to define a couple terms so we're on common ground. Soft cap is the point you can climb to easily via drops from any source. The hard cap is the power level you can obtain from weekly reward sources. The soft cap for Warmind is 340, and the hard cap is 380. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and read the rest of that. If you want, you can pause the video, you can read it right there, but that's a pretty substantial increase. None of us thought that it was going to be that high. We knew it would, it was going to go up. We didn't know that it was going to go that high up. I still thought that it would be, 50 per whatever, but instead it's actually much higher than that. Like, what, 335 now to 80, that's 45. Like, that's a pretty sizable increase. And the fact that we're going up to 380 now, I mean, that's like D1 going up to 400. And then I think we finished out at, oh hell, what, 335, I think? I mean, it's been a hot minute since I played D1, but that's a really big increase, and I'm excited about that because there is that soft cap, and then there's the hard cap, but either way, that's a huge increase to the grind, especially for people like me who have 3 of each character, not 3 of all the same like people used to do. Like, I have a Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. Right now the Warlock is not at level cap because RNGesus hates me, but that's a lot of grinding, and I'm really happy about that. That was one of the things that made D1 so good. I mean, he also goes on to say, you know, we're gonna do this, and this is how you... He basically kind of elaborates on everything and shows you, or tells us, rather, what we can do to get the gear, which, admittedly, it's mostly the same stuff that we've already been doing. So now, Windows 10, stop it. So now, we're gonna talk about two more of the exotic reworks. And these exotic reworks are actually kind of cool. I honestly forgot that these exotics existed because it's just like we talked about in the previous video, just exotics in D2 do not feel exotic. They're not memorable. So the two that are getting this, that they're talking about in this week at Bungie is the Rat King and Skyburner's Oath. Now, Rat King, everybody talked about there for a while. It was super popular until we realized that it was essentially garbage. I have yet to see it implemented the way that they wanted it to be. I didn't enjoy it. Graviton Lance is a really cool concept and was executed poorly. Rat King is a very interesting concept that was executed even worse. The difference was negligible. I don't feel like it really deserved to be an exotic, and it just, to me, it didn't feel that fancy. Now, right here, we're talking to... I don't think I screenshotted his name. So we're just gonna talk to John. Hello, for some bizarre reason, Cosmo asked me to come back and waste more space on the This Week at Bungie. So here I am, bloating the internet tubes with more bits and gigawatts. What does that mean for you? Another update on the exotic weapon tuning headed your way this May. Today, we'll talk about two guns, Skyburner's Oath and Rat King. This gentleman sounds absolutely ecstatic to be there. A while back, I talked about Graviton Lance and how one of the main areas to improve was the lack of utility within a pretty successful show of spectacle. Skyburner's Oath almost has the opposite problem. It's a comparatively strong weapon, effective at multiple ranges, strong in ADS and from the hip, with varying rates of fire. However, it lacks spectacle to give it that exotic feeling. It kind of plays just like any other gun. To address this, we started with giving the projectiles explosive rounds as their default impact response. In ADS, this weapon will perform the same full auto, slow firing, high impact. That's really cool. I kind of really like the fact that they're giving it explosive rounds. It's kind of a neat concept. Before I get my hopes up, let's continue to read this. So, when firing from the hip, Skyburner's Oath now lobs slower projectiles at a faster rate of fire that track targets and explodes. The tracking functionality tends to draw projectiles to center mass rather than to precision regions, so we reduce the precision scalar? I'm going to assume they meant scalar a bit, and increase damage to the body. Precision hits will do bonus damage, and overall DPS is increased. The end result is a dual utility weapon that fires hit scan high damage projectiles while aiming down the sights in rapid fire, lobbed, exploding, tracking projectiles from the hip. It almost feels like a rapid fire grenade launcher that can transition to a precision death dealer with the press of a button. And then they say here it is in action, and they go ahead and they give it a little video. Now, while I haven't watched the video yet because I kind of wanted to hurry up and get this video out, I apologize for the chair. Just because I started to read all this and I said, well, if we're making videos, we may as well screenshot this stuff and we'll put it up there. That concept, to me, sounds amazing. I like the fact that they're taking exotics and they're giving them meaning and use again. That is a huge issue that I've had. I'm really excited to see how they're gonna start reworking all of them. I hope that they do a lot of them. I know that there's a select handful that are not getting anything done to them, and that's fine. They're exotic. They feel exotic. We can leave them the way they are. So this is when we're talking about the Graviton Lance now. I'm gonna include the screenshot just so people can kind of see what I meant. It's basically turning the Graviton Lance into a 2-round burst, fast-firing Nova Bomb creator whenever you kill something. Because when you're using the slow-moving tracking Nova Bomb, if you shoot it, that's exactly what the Graviton Lance reminds me of right now with the new update that's coming to it. That is a really, really cool update. I'm really excited for it, and I'm just going to leave the screenshot up there and let you guys take a look at that. I don't know how to get those videos and then upload them into the video, so we're just going to end the copyright issues that I may run into, so we're just going to leave the screenshots up. But now we're going to talk about the Rat King. God, where do I start with the Rat King? The Rat King was just an absolute garbage weapon that I never felt like doing the quest for it or even looking at was worth any time or effort. I truly didn't. And again, people who do the numbers, such as, you know, Dado, people like that, they've even tried it. They did the raid only with it, and by the end of it he said he couldn't even feel the difference between any of it. And the thing is, it stacks with up to 6 people, but you have to be so close. And the only time you're going to have 6 people is when you're in the raid. When you're in the raid, 90% of the time you're split off in groups of 2 or 3. So having Rat King just, I don't know how I feel about that. So what they said is, next up is Rat King, which already has something of a fan base, but definitely has room to improve. I'm calling bullshit. I don't know of any fan base, but I digress. Of the stats that improve with more fireteam members running Rat King, the strongest is probably the increased rate of fire. Unfortunately, the DPS potential is hard to realize because some people just can't physically pull the trigger fast enough to cash in on this benefit. To make sure this is both felt and used, we made Rat King full auto to ensure that the fire rate increase can make a difference when running in a pack. Another pain was that the restriction of having Rat Pack only activate when allies have Rat King equipped in hand felt a bit too situational. Rat Pack perk now triggers when fireteam members have Rat King slotted as their kinetic weapon stowed or in hand. We also front-loaded the stat benefits, of Rat Pack so they increase a bit more drastically with 1 or 2 fireteam members, and up the base invisibility timer of Vermin to 7 seconds. Last but not least, and not to overly tease, but why not, I'm gonna tease, the Masterwork upgrade for Rat King is going to put a tasty garnish on this meal you won't want to miss out on. So, now that we've read this, I stand by everything that I just said. I still don't really see the point of running Rat King. I don't feel that Rat King is really going to be all that good. I don't see it becoming a good weapon. And it's not for lack of trying. They're obviously trying. But to me, it's just not quite there. I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that we can see some improvements, but again, this is all pure speculation right now because nobody has their hands on this stuff. I could be very, very wrong, and I will be the first one to admit it if I am, but Rat King is one that I don't know how you would fix it, and quite honestly, I don't really know that I care that much about the update. But Skyburners and Graviton Lance are both getting a sweet rework. Super excited for those. And the power increase. The power increase is great. 45 extra levels, unless I'm mathing wrong, probably. But that is amazing. I thought that it was going to be a small, insignificant increase, but it's huge. And that's just going to make the game way, way more fun. It'll last longer, and it'll be more grindy. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to run around with the Rat King only? And just run Rat King only? I got nothing for you. How excited are you for the Graviton Lance? And more importantly, how excited are you that there's going to be a big, big grind increase? Let me know what you guys think. But till then, we'll see you later. Have a good one.